Let's be on our way. Okay, let's go ahead. Make sure. In that one. There we go. Star Road and Roman Road. Ooh, we have no real fast travels. Except for right here. Let's do it, y'all. There's Bazaar. Roman. Yeah, right about there. I'm guessing that's it right there. Let's do it.
A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
Aha, got it. Unity to eliminate. Can we just go in here?
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Find the secret entrance. Nope. Aha. John's already here.
These workers don't look like your average.
They're
So many
refugees from the
goods
camp.
here. Let's find something illegal.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, I won't lie, it's a little sketchy.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Okay.
May I help you, officer?
I must speak to Mr. Bernadotti. There's been trouble at the refugee camp. He will want to learn the details.
The camp, you say? Aye, sir. You can go in.
Okay. Wow, 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 wow. This definitely looks a little sketchy in here.
Sherry, that was almost too bright an idea to enter a bandit lair, not just disguised, but disguised as a copper.
This is crazy, dude. No? Oh. Well, it definitely has a lot of workers here. Greek robber.
The silver and treasure, mate. Loads of pirate gold buried somewhere around, just waiting to be found.
It's all right, there's no treasure.
But maybe there is. I just need to crack the bloody riddle.
Sherry, look!
Oh shit.
This
What?
seems familiar.
Right, can we close that door? Okay, there we go.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least.
Interesting. No? Ah.
VH Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Smuggled artifacts.
Is this?
Let's see what's hidden there.
Oh. And this is, there he is, right there. No? Okay.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
True. Stolen painting from the gallery. New Wine Palace clue. Let's get in it. Hell is the woman from the photograph? Stolen painting. Macaro's painting, which was stolen from Vogel's gallery, is that Bertrand Ltd. Okay.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Can we go through here?
Running late, officer. Your friends left not too long ago.
Really? Okay. Logistics. Interesting. Colonel Zeppelin related. This resources? Okay. Wow, dude. This is crazy. Okay, we can't go in there.
If the damn idiot hadn't stolen the canary, I'd be bathing in silver down in the mines. Instead of this.
Interesting.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Hostile. Weak pharmacist. This is where all the magic happens. What on earth is he talking about? I think that's the front door.
Excuse me, Mr. Bernadotte is busy right now.
That's a paper invitation to the ball. City Hall emblem. Interesting. look at that.
I don't know who you are, but someone will be punished for letting you in. But first, let's talk.
Uh-oh, what do we do, John?
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
Quite a collection. I don't have no idea what's going on, man. Let's talk.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Oh, he's got a gun. Doesn't shun dirty work. Damn skin. Pellagra. Holstered pistol. Wedding ring, married. Calculating mastermind or ruthless crime lord? Dude. See, Declan is a cruel gang leader. He's a harsh gang leader, calculating mastermind. He anticipates danger by keeping his gun near him, but Bernard descends from working class, being raised in a poor family. He had to work in the fields from a young age, hard work under the sun. Hard worker in his youth, grew to hate towards the world around him. He continually expects trouble and raised in a poor family. Let's go with ruthless crime lord.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotti, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
Do you know Boniface Mercurial?
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotte.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now,
Wow, this is crazy.
how much do you want for the image?
Say I give you the photo. Smuggled artifacts? Why did you need the girl? Refugees at your warehouse? Huh. Let's see.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, Refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Wow, dude. That is crazy. I think, actually,
I opened the front door for you. Please, sir, do not linger.
Please, sir, do not linger. Wow, man, decisions, because we can go give the photo to Vogel, or we can give the photo to, the envoy. What do we got going on here?
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Interesting.
"1875. It was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
He's still trying to break into
This
it,
is
guys.
it. This is where all the
Hilarious.
magic happens.
I think where all of them get helped is the best call. Where all the refugees get helped by the envoy. That's the one we were going to go with. We're going to head back to City Hall. Let's check out the Mine Palace real quick. Blackmail terror. Bernardo wants to gather proof of the envoy's crime in order to blackmail him. Merciless justice. The envoy can never be trusted. Smaller evil for the greater good. Thomas Tabatra has committed a terrible act, even though he deserves to be brought to justice. I cannot overlook. Do the greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange for the refugees' legalization. That's what I'm leaning towards. I think so. Done and done. Thomas the Debaucher, who has committed terrible acts, even though he deserves to be brought to justice, I cannot overlook the opportunity to do the greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange for the refugees' legalization. Done. Let's go ahead. Look up. Yep. Head over to City Hall. Where I always forget where City Hall is. Is this it? Nope, stone wouldn't matter. Chronicle. Police station. There it is. Yoink. Easy. Clock tower. There it is. Yoink. Thomas Norton. It's your lucky day, sir. Oh.
Have you thought it all through?
I have, good man. And it is for the greater good.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Yoink. The voice of the people. Wow, 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 wow. Time to speak with Mr. Vogel. Where's artifacts? Stolen painting. Ah, damn it. The mind palace popped up.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned.
I
you
did.
uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
The thief is dead. Mercurio's dead.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
He's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
What is it?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Case completed. Nice. Package from Mr. Vogel. Whew. Man, I can tell you this was a serious investigation. All over the place. That was crazy. Alrighty, we are going to take a pause for the cause right here, right now. Yeah, we'll do Mother's Love, I think, yep, when we come back. And probably, I think that might be the last of it. Might go do some bandit runs and take out some of these guys. And check that aspect of the game out before we wrap it up and conclude. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. My here, actually, Chapter 2 is already in the works. Anyway, just want to say thanks for the support on the channel as always. Your likes, your subscribes, all that good stuff is greatly appreciated as always. Until then, my friends, and I'm Poop, I will and shall catch you guys on the other side. Peace.